Hey guys, it's Jaquavius, and I'm just back like I said I would be to talk about cash. Totally forgot to talk about the map being added back into the pool yesterday. I recorded the video twice. Yesterday I didn't like the audio. I was messing with this new Logitech headset, so when I did the second video, I completely forgot to talk about it. Added it in the title like I did talk about it. Went back and watched the video, realized I didn't talk about it. So, yeah, I was like, okay, so this is cool though. We'll make this like a quick 8-minute video or so. I'll try to run through the ideas that I'm going to propose. Um, I think the best way to fix the map pool, it's going to be two changes. Instead of removing one map per cycle, let's remove two. Um, so that way it would force teams to have to play one of the maps. Like obviously you can't permaban two maps. You only have one perma. So it would force teams to have to play one of the new maps. You wouldn't be able to avoid both. So that immediately makes the map pool affect, or makes the changes affect every team, right? Like there's no reason Train should come into the map pool and then be removed in a year later. Makes no sense. The map wasn't that bad. And if you think about who it affected, the team it affected most was Furia. Look at Furia's downward form since they removed Train. If you don't think those things correlate, it's because you're a noob and you're not thinking. That has a massive effect on Furia. Um, and unless the team had Train as a perma, that's a map they could use against, other teams. That's gone now. So I think let's change the map pool to two changes per cycle. The second change I would do, we now have Cash, Vertigo, Cobblestone, Train, and Tuscan. I'm gonna say Tuscan because we seen it at the end of CS:GO and it looked amazing. It's a classic map, could easily be brought back into the map pool. That's 5 maps out of the rotation. Now more than ever, I think it's time to go from 7 maps to 8 maps. That immediately makes it more exciting for the viewer. It makes it more exciting for the casual player. And I think those are the most important thing, especially the viewer. I'll be honest. I think I speak for everyone. We're tired of seeing every BO3 feature at least 2 of these 3 maps, if not all 3. Mirage, Inferno, and Dust 2. We're tired of that. We don't want to see that. I'm not saying you need to remove Mirage or Dust 2 to rework them. You could remove them for 6 months, one cycle, add them back in, because now we're going to go to 8 maps and we're doing 2 changes per cycle. That's how you keep things fresh. You keep a quick, steady rotation. You can pull maps in and out. I think now more than ever, it's time to move the map pool to 8 maps. Immediately makes the Veto more exciting. Immediately makes the viewer experience more exciting. Hopefully, we would see less of those big 3 maps I just named, even removing them from cycles sometimes. Not saying that they need to be removed to be reworked. I think that's foolish. I think that's nonsense. Doesn't even make sense. But removing them, for 6 months at a time, a year at a time, that completely makes sense. Completely justified. Keeps the game fresh. Both of those changes would be amazing, especially for the viewer. I think most importantly, that's what matters because without the viewer, none of this, exists. There's no point to even me be making these videos right now because this channel's literally revolves around pro play, the viewer experience, things like that. So I think those are the things I wanted to talk about yesterday. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. And out of the maps I just named, those 5 maps, is there any maps you would add to that conversation that you would like to see into the rotation? Do you think moving the map pool to 8 is a good idea? Do you think changing 2 maps per cycle is a good idea? Let me know. Not going to continue yapping too much. This might even be shorter than 8 minutes. Um, Blast Rivals in Fort Worth. I think that's like Dallas area is kicking off. This is an 8-team tournament, and I'm going to go ahead and say this. I think it needs to be said right here. Coolio to stand in for Lonks. Stop doing this, please. For the love of God. This is horrible, okay? FUT announced this like 2 days ago. That was enough time for Blast to be like, hey, look, we would love to have you here, but we don't want to dilute the viewer experience any more than it already is. We're going to replace you with Liquid. We're going to replace you with, Pain. I'm just naming some teams, right? Like, we're going to replace you with Nip. Who wouldn't love to see Nip here today with, with Stan in as Opping? Like, something like that. Like, let's see a full strength team that wants to play at LAN, that wants to build a continuity. What is FUT even playing at this event for today besides the exposure to their brand? It isn't for the viewer, it isn't for Blast, it's only for their brand. No one wants to see that. Like, no one wants to see a lame duck wounded team in an event that only features 8 teams when Gamer Legion just got dragged through the mud yesterday, when FaZe is in the mud. So out of the 8 teams, you have 3 teams that are literally in the mud. This Group A is going to be free for Vitality. Get rid of FUT. Why are they still in the event? No one wants to see it. No one wants to see FUT without Lonks. No one wants to see them playing with the manager, with the coach. In the words of Dazed. In CS, this needs to stop happening. We're seeing it all the time. Play teams with stand-ins. I get you can have a bench, but this isn't the NBA. This isn't the NFL. This is CS. This is about 5-man being in a server. The coach is never going to come in and replicate anything that Lonks does. It's a totally a lame scenario. Get rid of this. FUT should not be at the event. It's horrible for the event. And that's my rant for the day. I don't know if you guys agree, but I don't want to see lame teams at 8-team events when there's plenty of other teams that could have competed at this event. In 8 teams, like M80 would have been more exciting. Liquid would have been, at least, seeing Liquid get wrecked when they're full strength would have been more exciting. I love FUT. I love Lonks. I love Cribini. I love these players, but no one wants to see this. Please, for the love of God, stop doing this. Thank you.